I'm Christy Fontanilla, Managing Partner of FAS Bookkeeping and Tax Services. Welcome to this video entitled, Your Construction Business May Not Be Doing as Well as You Think. This is the third of the 5 series of videos on this topic. The financial management for construction business is very unique and there are lots of moving parts. It is very important to focus on what the financial information you need and how to capture this correctly to be able to make an informed and intelligent business decision. On this third video, I will discuss the reality that there is a very thin margin in construction business, and it is very important to understand and have a process to accumulate and classify costs correctly using job order costing. The job order costing method is used to accumulate the cost of each job and to assess the profitability of each of your construction project. Now, let's get started.
So I'm going to the second concept here, which is the using job costing method. For the job costing method, it's used to accumulate the cost of each job, and the main thing really is to assess the profitability of the projects. And not just using it historically for providing that to your lender if you're applying for an SBA loan, or providing that you're a tax preparer at the end of the year to prepare your income tax return. But also, and more important, is that is your basis for improving future projects' profitability. So when you look at the materials and labor costs, that's about 40 plus 33, right? You're looking at about 75% already in terms of just the cost of goods sold, your direct costs. So what's left is 25% gross margin, and you still have all this fixed costs that you have to cover, you have to pay. So it really emphasizes that there's a very thin margins in construction. So we need to be very conscious about what we're spending. We're monitoring the cost and then making sure that we're more cost effective in terms of materials, right? So materials is, if you've been in the construction business, you've got accredited vendors already, so you have some sort of influence in terms of, a little bit influence in terms of negotiating the pricing, so you get a better pricing for the materials, and that would reduce your cost, and that would improve your margin. So job costing, it's collecting the job cost information, but utilizing an accounting software. You cannot do this manually. You cannot put it in a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, and wish that you can actually just summarize it. You need to have a good system to be able to collect the information. And again, very important, I'm just really not talking about current management reporting, but more of planning as well for future profitability. If you have this information, cost record of how much you spend on a particular project, if you have that similar project in the future, you know how much is the cost, so you know how much markup, and then how much will be your bid price based on that historical information, right? And then the other thing too is actual versus budget. That's just purely performance management system. So you have your budget. If you have a budget of 100,000, and then your actual is already 110,000, and you're at 90% completion, you're not even 100% completion, but you're over the budget, and that's a big trigger. That's a big red flag. So that's how important the cost accumulation record and having this data comparing your actual versus budget is to manage your business. So change order, that's kind of one of the common problems in the construction business, right? Because you define the scope of work, and then through the middle of the project, there's additional work that's outside of the defined scope of work. So you need to make sure as contractor, general contractor, you have documentation, which is the change order, right? So you have documentation of what's the agreed change in the scope, and both parties should approve it. So later on, you don't have problems collecting, right? So that's really very important. There's again, as I said, it's one of the common problems in the construction business, and if you're not very careful, you end up being hit by this change order, performing additional work but not being paid for it.
I hope you enjoyed this short video on job order costing and how this process will help you monitor the profitability of each of your construction project, not only for the current ones, but more importantly for planning for future projects. Again, I'm Christy Fontanilla, Managing Partner of FAS Bookkeeping and Tax Services. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on our next video discussing the difference between markup and margin and why do you need to care. I'll see you then.